Hi guys, hope everyone is doing well. Today I'm going to do a video of everything I bought at the enormous Newark autojumble in Nottinghamshire. So I went down with my son and my wife for a change, and I bought a bunch of junk, and this is what I bought. I think I did quite well. I bought one other item which is quite unusual. Actually I bought two other items which is quite unusual and too big to put in this, so I'll show you those after. So let's go for it without ado. Now, the first thing I bought in the morning, so I went in as one of the dealers and then walked around because it's a bit easier on parking and you don't need to, carry your stuff all the way across the car park to the buyer's entrance. Was this wonderful, I think, 18th century dividers, rather nice, with a nice spiral condition, and they were the sum total of £3. And I thought that was a good bargain for 18th century dividers, or certainly very early primitive ones. I bought this unusual wrench. I think I paid maybe around £6. I think he asked 8 and I offered him 6, so I wasn't sure if I had it or not. It's got the mark on it. Now I know I have some of them, and I do have some, but I didn't know what sizes I had, and it felt like it was just a tiny bit bigger than the sizes I had, and it was bigger. I was right, because the other day I bought a patina wrench without checking because I couldn't be bothered, and that was an expensive mistake. But this wasn't a mistake, and I'm grateful to have another size, so that was great. I bought this hand vise. It's got writing on it, and it's got made in England, and they're pretty common. I've got a bunch of them, and I bought it off a nice chap. But this one has got an interesting lever mechanism, so it's lockable, and I just thought the mechanism made it really, really cool. So I gave that a home, and I think that was £8. That was a bargain. Now, I bought these off a dealer. These, I think, could be 1700s dividers. They're very primitive, very early. Obviously, they'll go to somewhat of a larger and smaller size. They're a tiny bit stiff, but I just like the look of them. I just think they're very primitive, and they were £20, which I thought was okay. I think probably my buy of the day was this early English patent wrench, and I have two sizes of this, including this size, early English patent wrench, and I paid the grand total of what did I pay? £4 for this wrench, I think, and that was a bargain, an absolute bargain. And this wrench here was another bargain. This was off the same seller, and I bought something else off him. I bought this mechanical device. Now this, I think, is the best double bar coach wrench, with the nice chamfer. Now this will be an early design. Sadly, there's no maker's mark on it. Not one what I can see. I'm not sure if there's some name there, actually. Something, I think I can see something and Sons. So I'm going to check that out and see what that is. 1 second. I've had a little clean of the head, and I don't know if you can see. It says something and Sons, but I can't make out the maker's name. I think there's a maker's name just there, but I just can't see it, which is a shame. So anyway, is what it is. But either way, it was £3, and it's a nice wrench. Need to clean up, like a lot of the tools I buy these days need a good clean, but even still, a nice item. I got these two keys, and I think this one came off the same chap who I got this off. I think it was only a couple of pounds. And then I bought this one was given to me by another chap, which I will show you later. But I've been collecting keys recently, so they're nice additions. I bought another 4-inch wrench, but I've already sent it to my friend Leslie this morning. This is a French one, Falcon. This one, pointed out to my friend, this is a quick adjust, so you can pull back, and then you can adjust it finely as well. Needs a clean, but this is a quick adjust Falcon, and this is a Newlands, Japan. Leslie had both of those, so I was lucky enough to keep that one. I bought this for £5, this flowers little sign. I bought it, my wife was there, so I said, I bought you some flowers. She said it weren't the right type, so what do I know? And then I bought this lovely little item and these miniature tools off the chap, I think it's John, who gave me this wonderful key. This is a nice rule, folding rule, 6 inches long. But what I like about it, it's a corner rule, and you don't often see corner rules like that. So that was a nice addition. I think I paid 15, rings a bell. And then I bought some interesting little tools. I think I like the caliper the most. There's a little anvil, but it's a bit crude. There's a little level, a small hammer, an even smaller hammer, a spade, a little square, a pickaxe, which probably comes from some kind of like model of like a miner or something, and an even smaller spade. And I think he sold me them for 15 and he gave me the key. So I thought that was very kind of him, and a very, very nice, he's a very, very talented man. He's a joiner by trade, and I think he was over at Notre Dame repairing the church after the Great Fire, building out furnitures for the Notre Dame Cathedral. So very, very talented man. Anyway, 15 and 15, I thought that was pretty cheap. I bought this one off my good friend for £80, and it's dated 1805, and it's got the maker's name ELB. I think it's a shop project, but 200 years plus, 221 years old. Brass and some sort of hard rosewoody type wood. Rather nice, nicely done. And it's nice to have a date 1805 and a maker's mark. That's quite an early one. I reckon that came from France, if I had to guess. And I bought this off the same chap. This was in a parcel, so this you can adjust obviously around. Hasn't got any maker's mark, probably homemade. Quite similar to a Preston's pattern square. So I bought that item. I bought this item here, which is a rather nice, let me see if I can zoom in, a rather nice Wells West pattern multi-tool. It's obviously got 6 tools on it, in good condition. I do have a few of those, but unfortunately the ones I've found have been very plain. They've either got just a awl, or just a hook, or just a corkscrew, or just a tin opener. But this one, as you can tell, is quite fine, and many they go much bigger than that, but that's a nice example. So I was quite pleased with that. I bought what else did I buy off him? I bought this multi-tool, which is got a mark on the side of it. I believe this could possibly be homemade, possibly war sort of era, sort of maybe used off an off-shell casing or something. Multi-tool, penknife, saw, all the rest of it. Very, very nicely done multi-tool. I thought that was very nice. And I bought this as well, which is a rather nice jeweler's gauge. I'll zoom in so you can see it's got round diamonds, 30 carat. These are all carats, 50 carat, 10 carat, half a carat. Then it's got 20 carat ovals, 12 carat squares, rounds, 10 carat, 8 carat, 5 carats, and it says they're carats. So this is a very rare sort of jeweler's diamond gauge, probably circa 1880s, 1850s, something like that. He always has wonderful items, and I bought all those items for £180. I bought this, which is a E. Preston and Sons spoke shave, but it's got like a dark ebonized finish. I already have a few of those, but I just quite like the finish of it, so I thought I'd buy that for 20. I thought it was quite cheap. And then when I met my good friend, he said, I said to him, if you ever get any pen knives with a leg on it, I'll give you £50 for them, because I collect them. As you can see, I have a few of them, and I quite like them. And then he pulled this one out. He said, there you go. And he sold me that before, when he was walking around, before he'd actually set his stall up. for £50. And then probably my biggest purchase of the day, oh, there's this caliper as well, like an inside caliper. And then my biggest purchase of the day were these wonderful leg calipers. Very, very cool leg calipers. Corkscrew. Now this is March 1944, and this is trench art, lady's leg, probably French, made out of shell casings. Like they made things out of bullets, out of shell casings, etc. But this is rather nice because I collect ladies' legs items. I have many of them, and this is a nice addition. And I think I paid 120 for that alone, which was my most expensive purchase of the day. So rather nice items, but I do like it, and I don't regret it. And I got three corkscrew multi-tools, all off the same chap. All right, let me show you the other items I picked up now. So the next item I bought off Newark Auto Jumble was this Stanley Wilton USA bullet. I do have one, but it's a smaller version, and this one is a bigger one. I'm guessing that's more towards the smaller middle sizes of them. You don't often see Wilton bullets in the UK. They're quite a common vice in the US. And I just thought it was a nice addition, so I was quite pleased with that. The chap asked £100, which I thought was quite cheap, but he let me have it for 95, which I thought was quite kind of him. But yeah, quite pleased with that. Two bullets, two different sizes, and £95 I thought was a bargain. And then Alex wanted this because Alex obviously is in the Netherlands, Holland, and this is from Holland County Council, which I believe is in Leicestershire. I haven't checked, but either way, it was named Holland because it was particularly flat, and Holland is known to be a flat country. So Holland was the name of the local area, and this is a county council cast iron display stand. And I think Alex might, it swivels as well. It's got a swivel top to it, so you can adjust it however. And I think Alex is going to put this in his new home on his garden, and I think it's fabulous. And if he doesn't want it, I'll find somewhere to put it because I like it. So it's a great item, cast iron. I paid £120. Then I realised I didn't have enough money, and I had to go back to the car, and I had to give £1 to a young man to come back to the car and take the money back to the owner, because I just couldn't walk anymore. My legs were tired and it was quite far. So the young chap kindly did it for me as well, which was nice. But yeah, really pleased with the items. Let's get some of these put away. Hopefully you're enjoying the video of the Newark enormous auto jumble haul 2026. I think it's the first one of the year. All right. First things first, I've got my new key drawer. I've had to give it slightly more space because I keep buying more and more keys. I don't know why, I seem to be drawn to them. So I've got that one, which appears to be a smaller brother of that bigger one. But either way, very, very nice indeed. So we've got the drawer with these multi-tools, and finally we've got an addition worth the drawer's quality. Definitely the finest one I've found so far. All right. So we've got one of my junkier drawers, and then we've got this one here, which is another Preston spoke shave, but hopefully the door will somewhat shut. But yeah, a nice addition to the junk drawer. Right guys, so we've got the new addition, and luckily they're all pretty similar, but I don't have this brown one. I've got other brown ones, and they do make some lovely colours. For some reason I seem to have bought all the drab looking colours of those ladies leg things. I've got this wonderful ladies leg sort of corkscrew there, which is a nice addition to the ladies leg stuff. I mean, I do like smalls. I think they're really nice. I've got multiples of the calipers and legs and little pen knives and more pen knives and stuff, but nice addition, quite pleased with that. So we got the miniature drawer. We've got some small miniature tools. I think we'll put them in there. And then we've got some regular sized tools which we can spread about, little hammers, A little pickaxe, little square, set square put in there, and the little anvil. So we've got some nice additions to the little miniature drawer. Spot them if you can see them now. It's like, where's Wally? So we've got this wonderful patent wrench, which can go next to its brothers down here. It's a shame it's not this size, which seems to be the rarer size for the patent wrenches. But even still, nice addition to the small spanner drawer. Right, so we've got lots of small items here. We can put those little jeweler's measurers. We've got some more unusual sort of squares to go in the corner, which is, you know, it's a nice addition. This is what I was talking to you about before. This is a Preston and Son, and you see the handle. He's got some similarities to it, but not as nice. And then here we've got this nice square, nice wooden rule that can go in the wooden ruler as well. Right guys, so we've got some 4-inch spanners, and I think these are quite nice additions. The wonderful Falcon and the Newlands, so I was quite pleased with that as well. So we've got this wonderful caliper. I think we can just about squeeze it in there. I quite like these early primitive little old calipers. You know, they're just quite something about them I quite like. So that's a nice addition to the collection. So we've got the wonderful Wilton just wedged in there, and then I've stuck that one up there, the old hand vise, inner hand vise on a shelf. But I quite like the look of it. It's a bit cluttered now. I think I need to somehow find some more space. So here's some of my wobbly wrench drawer, and we've got this wonderful new addition. I suspect that one is quite a rare one, because I would have come across it if it wasn't. But it's really a nice addition to have 3 sizes of that design. I think the Rapide, I've got 5 sizes. The Universal, I've got 3 sizes, which I suspect is a full set, and I suspect that's a full set, and so on. But it's nice to have some new additions to the collection. I think I'm going to leave the video at this point because it's dragging on, and I'm sure most of you have already clicked off by now. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.